Hey guys, hey, it's Bri here coming at you guys with a pick a card reading. It's been a while and I'm so excited to be back at it. If you've ever had a pick a card reading before, ever watched one of my pick a card readings, pretty much you can pick one of the cards here. So this is card pile number 1, card pile number 2, card pile number 3, and card pile number 4. I will put the timestamps in the description below. My best suggestion is to go ahead and pick the card that stands, or the pile that stands out to you first, or you can go by the crystals. So we've got blue calcite, quartz, some labradorite, and some amethyst. So go ahead and pick your card pile, go to the descriptions below, and without further ado, let's get to your reading. Alright, card pile number 1, or the calcite, blue calcite pile. Let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So, first up we have 2 of voices, 8 of voices reversed, and 8 of materials. So the 2 of voices is going to tell you that first off, you're going to have some choices that you're going to need to make. You might feel like you are between a rock and a hard place right now. And the biggest suggestion for you to do is just to sit down in like some quiet meditation or grab a pen and paper and write everything down and really and truly listen to your inner intuition. So part of it, if you can see right here, is you're fighting with your own intuition right now. It's kind of just like you're not listening to yourself. So this card is asking you to really and truly sit down and look within yourself and see what it is that you need to be working on this year, so you don't go into the year kind of just in a haze, if that makes sense. The next one, 8 of voices, is asking that you speak up more. So you can see kind of how like it's almost like she's being drained in a sense because she's not speaking up and standing up for herself. It's also asking that you learn to let go of cords, especially cords from those that are closest to you. We tend to get cords from people as we're crossing, as we're passing people. If we go to Walmart, something like that, we might get cords from people. Even if we're driving past somebody, we could get a cord. So this one's definitely asking that you spend the first part of this year just learning to cut all of those cords and ties that no longer serve you. And then the other thing is it's kind of letting you know that by doing all of this, you're going to start to learn to find your own power and step up for yourself, which is actually kind of nice, starting to step into your own power. And then we have 8 of materials. That was really hard to pick up. So this one is working and perfecting your craft. It's going to be all about learning to build your own skills, and really learning to hone those in and create something more substantial with them. So if you're wanting to go into business for yourself, this one's a very good one about that one. Just really hone your skills, learn everything you can. If you've got to watch YouTube videos, read books, look on Pinterest, listen to podcasts, whatever it is that helps you hone your skills, you could definitely open up your own business this year with this card. This is a very good card as far as that goes. Alright, next up we have the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. So, first up, the 8 of Swords is, you're probably feeling stuck right now. Just like this one, you're feeling like you're in a rock and a hard place, and it's like you can't get out of the place that you are in. And you kind of need to learn to see the truth. You will see that you have more options. If you look for the truth, it's kind of like this lady's looking in the mirror right here. And if you look for the truth, you're going to see that you have more options out there, more opportunities that's just present in right now. And sorry guys. The other thing that it's really asking you to do is to let go of your old stories. So stop holding on to the stories that no longer serve you because they're just not a reality for you anymore. You can see here that she's just kind of almost binded by her own stories, by the fact that she feels like she can't move forward, like she's stuck. And you can see right here, she's kind of just looking up and hoping for like a better opportunity. So definitely learning to cut those cords again are coming up for you guys. And then we have the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is definitely conflict. You can see that like in his head right here. He's just having inner conflict with himself. And a lot of people are probably coming into this year like with a bunch of conflict, if that makes sense. So you will need to like learn to build skills that will help you with your confidence. So along with this one of learning to build skills that'll help you be sustainable in something, this is asking you that you learn to build those skills so you can be more confident in yourself also. And then the last thing that this card that I'm seeing here is just kind of, if you see back here, there's a shadow person. And what this is asking is that you learn from those lessons. So those lessons that you feel that are holding you back, those lessons that you just don't want to let go of, use them to empower you instead. Allow them to be a part of you. So the reason I like this deck is because it's the light and the shadow version, and when our light and shadow are combined and in equal parts, then we're able to more clearly listen to our intuition, do the things that we need to do. So that one's definitely asking that you kind of get out of your head a little bit, so to speak. So next up we have infinite supply and abundantia. So the infinite supply one, I'm liking this one. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So this year is definitely supposed to be a more abundant year for everybody all around. So the prosperity, everything, we can definitely go for it. But if you see right here, she's kind of just looking down upon herself, kind of like, okay, I don't know why nothing's happening for me right now, why nothing's going right for me. So the beginning of this year, again, there's a lot of conflict going on within yourself. So this card's definitely asking that you work on that conflict, that you let that go so prosperity can come in. When we let go of the old, we make room for new stuff to come in for us. Then we have prosperity. So the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So by letting go of the cords and kind of getting out of your head and getting back in touch with your intuition, you'll allow prosperity to come back into your life. You can see like right here how it's just flowing through. And that means that that is a possibility for you 100%. Prosperity is something that is available to all of us. We all have an infinite supply of abundance. It's just learning how to tap into that. And part of that is letting go of old stories that no longer serve us and removing those blocks. Next up, we have a year from now. So if you're wanting something to happen, it's definitely going to happen from a year from now. So if you're wanting to open up your business and be successful, there is a huge possibility for you to be successful by the end of this year. So what this card's really asking is, ask yourself where you want to be a year from now. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in a different job? Do you want to have your own business? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to have more money in your account? Do you want to travel? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to be married? Where do you want to be in a year from now? And get very clear on your goals and then go and chase them to achieve those goals. So we have to still take action. We can write down, we can manifest, we can release all we want, but we still need to take action to go after those goals. So that one's definitely asking that you get clear about that. And then last up, we have dream big, set your sights higher, and watch your thoughts. So the dream big card is let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. Again, this goes back to being stuck in your head and not letting go of those cords or those past life lessons. So this one's asking that you just let that stuff go. You can be highly successful. You can be rich. You can have the family of your dreams. You can do pretty much anything you want to do. You just have to believe in yourself. So definitely dream big. Right now is the perfect time because to set our goals for the year and just really go after them. So then the next one is set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. This right here, don't settle. Don't ever settle. You deserve 100% to have anything and everything that you want, and go for it. If you want to be a millionaire, why not? Go for it. How do you become a millionaire? What do you need to do today to get you there? If you want to travel the world, go for it. What do you need to do today to go and travel the world? That's what this card is definitely saying, is set your sights higher. You deserve it. And then the last one is watch your thoughts. So it's important to only think about what you desire and not what you fear. When we're in a state of fear, our vibrations are lower. So fear is like the lowest vibration we can have. by getting up to like joy and happiness, that's a higher vibration, and that will bring in everything you want to manifest. Now, don't freak out if you're sitting there going, oh my God, I had a negative thought 2 minutes ago. That's okay. Your positive thoughts are actually more powerful than your negative thoughts. What this card is asking is that you just don't chase your fears. You learn to let go of what you fear. And by facing your fears, the first step is learning to let go of those old traumas, learning to cut those cords, and learning to step into your own power and chase your dreams. That will help you with the fear part, if that makes sense. So pile number 1, that is what 2022 has in store for you. I hope you guys liked your reading. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not already following, if you could subscribe to this channel. I think it's like down here somewhere. I'm not really sure. And with that said, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful year. Thanks, guys. Bye. Hey, card pile number 2. So here we go for your reading, or my quartz pile. Let's see what the year 2022 has in store for you guys. So first up, we have the Muse of Materials, the Knight of Voices, and the Four of Emotions. So I really like the Muse of Materials because this is all about material success. This is about finding your success this year, about abundance, earth energy, and learning to enjoy life more. You can see she's like walking on this bridge right here. It's almost like she's headed to her own success. And she's just learning how to enjoy life more. She's just walking away from the things that aren't serving her purpose anymore. She's pretty much walking away from things that drain her energy. And these two gals right here at the top, they're just kind of like, hey, you have everything you possibly need. I mean, flowers are all about abundance, prosperity. So a lot of that is going to be for you this year. And creating more prosperity for yourself. Then we have the Knight of Voices. So the Knight of Voices is really about boldly speaking your truth. It's learning to be like purposefulness. It's like a drive to succeed and learning to take action and a lot of focus. I'm seeing a lot of needing to focus this year. So if you have big goals, you need to focus on those goals. Really go after them. Don't just be like, okay, this distraction's over here. Because of course the universe is gonna send us distractions to see if we really want this. So when that distraction comes, make sure you stay focused on that goal because that is what you want. Set your sights high and go after them. Then we have the Four of Emotions. So this one is really about being careful. You don't want to miss out on the things right in front of you. So when you get that success, you get that material success, you want to make sure that you stay grateful for the stuff that's, you know, right there in front of you. Like when you first look at this card, you probably didn't notice these two right here, or you may have only noticed those guys and not the cup in the middle. It's kind of one of those like trick picture kind of things. Like you're going to see one thing first and then the other thing after that. And that's kind of what this card is saying, is to make sure you see what is right in front of you at all times and pull in your gratitude. Take time throughout the year to pull that gratitude back in. All right, next up, we have, yeah, it was the Page of Wands and then the Five of Cups. Sorry, guys. I couldn't remember how I piled them up over there. So, the Page of Wands. This one is all about your limiting beliefs and learning to direct your energy to start something new. So when we have limiting beliefs, we have to learn to let that go, or we need to learn to direct it somewhere else so it can actually help us to manifest and prosper throughout the year. So a lot of what you're going to be learning to do this year is how to let go of those limiting beliefs because they no longer serve you. So let them go. And then the Five of Cups reversed is kind of stating that you just have a hard time maybe letting go of the past trauma and rooting like deep into that shadow work, but not healing. So we can get lost in shadow work. A lot of us sometimes can get lost in shadow work. Last year, a lot of people said shadow work, you need to do shadow work, you need to do shadow work, you need to do shadow work. When in all reality, a lot of people were getting lost in that shadow work. So you need to be careful not to get lost in it. The other thing is like learning to let go of your old stories and allowing them to become something that empowers you instead. So whenever something happens to us, we tend to hold on to that story and we take it with us wherever we go. Well, instead of just letting it go, we can also learn to let it empower us and become a stronger person. Let it create opportunities for us instead. So definitely needing to do the shadow work, but healing shadow work. So learning to connect your light and your dark side so that they're more balanced and not just overpowering on the shadow side. Next up, we have endings and beginnings, and then we have blossoming. So the ending and beginnings, the old must be released so the new can enter. Again, that goes back to the old stories. Learning to let go of things that no longer serve you so you can allow positive new beginnings to come through to you. You can see she's connected to her third eye here. We've got the lotus flower. So learning to grow. All of the stuff that happens to us in the past helps us to grow. So if we learn to let go of that stuff, or we learn the lessons behind it, it actually can help us to grow and become a stronger version of ourselves, become more connected to our own gifts, connected to the universe. Then we have blossoming. So you are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. So again, by letting go of those old stories, the past trauma, getting yourself out of the stuck shadow work and into the healed shadow work, you're going to continue to blossom. This year is a lot of blossoming, learning to just speak up for yourself, learning to speak your truth, learning to let go of that stuff. And through that, you will see that you blossom. This time next year, this time, by the end of this year, you will have blossomed so much, especially if you put the work in. The key is to put the work in. We can get stuck in healing work. It is true. And then we have no. So what this one is saying is not like, no, you cannot do it. What it's saying is learning to, again, speak your truth. Learning to set your boundaries, learning to say no. So if something isn't resonating with you, if something's going to take your peace this year, if something crosses that boundary, this is what this card is saying, is learn to set those boundaries so that you're not feeling drained yourself. So you're not like allowing people to walk all over you. You're allowed to be your own person. You're allowed to do your things that you need to do also. And then lastly, we have worthiness, playtime, and stay optimistic. So worthiness comes in, it says, know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. So again, you are worthy of everything, of all the opportunities you want, of the abundance, of learning to speak your truth, of letting go of those past traumas. But sometimes before we begin our own healing work, we feel like we're not worthy enough to dive in deep and do the work. When in all reality, by doing the work, by doing the healing, it actually can set you free. And this card is saying that you are worthy enough to be set free, to go after the life that you want, to chase your dreams, to become the person that you've always wanted to be. That's what this card is saying. You are worthy enough for the healed state of yourself, for the abundance, everything. Playtime. I love this card. So the dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. So don't get caught up in all the nitty-gritty stuff this year. Take time to play also. You're gonna have a lot of work with healing, and healing takes time. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot, actually, because you're growing, you're becoming a better version of yourself. You're allowing those old traumas to be let go. And sometimes we can get stuck in kind of like this dark circle of it, which again is getting stuck in the shadow work. So this says take time to play, and it helps you kind of pull yourself out of that and take time away and learn a different way, like learn to connect with your inner child also, and do some inner child healing as well. A lot of inner child wounds have been coming up lately, and so this one's definitely asking that you work on that, but take time to play. And then stay optimistic. So things, of course, are still going to happen throughout the year. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. Anytime we are about to bust through that wall, we are going to hit obstacles. It is frustrating as all get out. I know that. But I was listening to a podcast the other day, and she said that she got into an accident and she knew right away that that meant she was about to receive more money. And sure enough, she got like a huge settlement. She got money from somebody that owed her money. Client finally paid their contract. All of this stuff started flowing in for her because she didn't allow the obstacles to deter her from her like purpose, what she wanted. So she didn't just sit there and look at the castle. She still went after it and kept going. She just knew that that was something that she had to deal with. That was just an obstacle that the universe put in her way to say, hey, do you really want this? And she said, yes, I do. Nothing's gonna stop me. And the universe delivered in return. So this year is going to be a very prosperous one for you guys. Pile number 2, it's going to be full of abundance, learning to speak your truth, learning to cut those cords. But you're going to need to learn to step out of the old stories so you can rewrite new stories, create something better for yourself. And don't get stuck in shadow work. Do the shadow work, but don't get stuck in it, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys have a wonderful year. I hope 2022 brings everything that you want this year. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, if you could please subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, pile number 2. Alright, pile number 3, or my labradorite pile. How's everything going? Let's get your reading started. I'm loving the way I'm talking all of a sudden. So, first up we have the Ace of Inspirations, the 7 of Inspirations, and the Priestess. Nice. Okay, so the Ace of Inspirations is definitely a good sign that you're going to start off with positive new beginnings and some new inspirations, opportunities. Really listen to your dreams also and go after your hopes and dreams. A lot of them are able to come through this year. And then you might be receiving a lot of downloads right now, especially as the new year came about. And especially as you were sitting there setting your own goals and you're like, I want to do this year, I want to do this year. So this one, definitely you were probably receiving a lot of downloads at the beginning of this year. And then the next thing that this card is saying is that you're going to learn to push through those blocks. So any like blocks that you have, abundance, manifestation, like money blocks, any of those, love blocks, whatever, you're going to learn to push through them this year. So really hone down on how you can push through those blocks, and it will continue to allow those downloads to come through for you also. The 7 of Inspirations is really learning learning to defend your position. It's about like learning to protect that inner light. You can see like she's pushing the darkness away from her, and she's learning to protect that light that's within herself. She's very, if you notice, she's very naked. So naked is just about being like very bold and truthful to yourself. It's about really going in and owning that truth within yourself also. And so what that's saying is like, pay attention to your own energy, how you put your energy out to the world. Do you take energy from people, or do you put too much energy out there? Are you the energy vampire that some people are like, oh my God, I gotta protect myself from? Or are you the one that like allows people to suck up your energy and take it away from you? So really listen to your own intuition and see where your energy goes throughout the year, and pay close attention to that also. Then we have the Priestess. So the Priestess in tarot is all about like your intuitive gifts and those like powerful nudges from spirits. So priestesses are usually very psychic. They have very prophetic dreams. So really pay close attention to your own dreams. But what this card is saying, that you're a very intuitive person also. So this year, it's all about learning to connect to that intuition and learning to use it to help others. A lot of our intuitions came through last year. A lot of people did a lot of healing, a lot of shadow work, a lot of releasing, so that your intuition had a chance to come through. It didn't feel so blocked up. And then the other thing is just one of the biggest things about being a healer is learning to keep the secret sometimes. And so this one's all about learning to keep the secret. So not gossiping when you get home, especially if you're a healer and you're like, oh, I saw this person today and this is what happened to them, or I saw this person, or my client did this or this. It's all about learning to keep that secret. It's that confidentiality, but also that secret between the universe and spirit as they teach and help you grow also. And then there's a lot of hidden wisdom within here also. So this year you're definitely going to be tapping into that. You might have like a bit of Akashic records coming through your own intuition also. So you'll learn how to tap into a lot of your own inner wisdom, so to speak. So next up, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. And then we have the Devil card. So let's go with the Queen of Wands first. What this card is really saying is to not be afraid to take risks. Be like fully honest with yourself. What do you want? What do you want to create this year? And go after it. This will help you learn to build that self-confidence within yourself. And it will help you let go of what other people think about you. So you really need to let go of how you feel other people think about you. Like, stop worrying about what other people think. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you think and what you want to go for. So really stepping into your own power and creating your own opportunities this year. Then the Devil card. So the Devil card really asks that you let go of addictions. And this could be alcohol, this could be drugs, this could be social media, this could be your phone, this could be anything actually as far as addiction goes. There's a lot of addiction out there. There's a lot of different versions of addiction. So this card is really asking that you learn to let go of it. And what it's also saying is that you have the possibility to let go of any and all addictions this year and step onto your spiritual path, your higher self. The other thing is about learning to have that balance between your spiritual self and your human life. Like, we're still human, so we still have to have a human experience, and learning just to balance the two also. And then a lot of sexual trauma was coming up at the end of last year, well, like the end of last month. But a lot of what this is saying also is there's going to be a lot of sexual healing, a lot of sexual trauma healing for you this year. So the last thing I'm like really seeing in this card is don't lie to yourself. The worst person we can lie to is ourselves. So be truly honest about what you want and where you want to go this year. And don't lie to yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Keep yourself accountable instead. So next up we have purification and we have inner wisdom. So purification, it is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. So if you've been thinking about doing a detox or getting back into working out or learning to get healthier, both emotional, mental, physical, whatever, this card is your sign to definitely do that. It would be very beneficial for you to allow the abundance that can come in for you this year to step onto that purification. That also goes with the addiction card, the Devil card, and learning to let go of those addictions of any type at all. So definitely learning to purify yourself. And then we have inner wisdom. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. So your intuition is definitely coming out right now, especially since we had the Priestess card. So your intuition is definitely strong right now. The key is to tap into that intuition and follow it. Our intuition is never going to stray us far. It's going to take us exactly where we need to go because our intuition comes from our heart. So when our third eye and our heart are connected, we're better able to listen to our intuition and follow the direction of our higher self, to follow that path, because it's not going to lie to us. It's not going to stray us down the wrong path. And part of learning to do that would be that purification also, helping you to get to that inner wisdom. Then we have let go. So the biggest theme of this year is learning to let go of things, learning to let go of the addiction, learning to let go of things that no longer serve you, learning to step onto your path so that you can follow your own intuition, so you can create success for yourself. So let it go. Don't make me start singing the song Let It Go. So then we have weight, empowerment, and protection. So the weight card says don't rush into action right now. Bid your time for better results. So a lot of what this card is definitely saying is obviously wait. It's okay to take time before you fully step into your goals. It's never too late to chase your dreams. It's never too late to heal. But right now, you need to take time for yourself. You need to step back and just wait before you make the next decision. Allow yourself to be purified. Allow yourself to do the things that you need to do first so that you are able to make the choices with a clear mind. Then we have empowerment. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. So you are definitely a very powerful creature. You are very highly gifted, obviously, because the priestess is in this deck. So you've got a strong intuition within yourself. By learning to let go, by learning to heal, by purifying yourself, you will be able to step into your power a lot more this year. So you'll be able to really step into that power, your own inner power, and just learn to like really hone into your gifts. And then the last one we have is protection. Your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. So don't worry. Whatever you need to do to get yourself to be the person that you need to be or want to be, everybody else around you is going to be protected. Your family is protected. You are protected. Everybody is protected. Don't worry about that. Only worry about your healing and yourself. To be able to help others, you first have to help yourself. To be able to heal others, you have to first heal yourself. To be able to read for others, you first have to learn to read for yourself. You have to learn how to trust your own intuition. So don't worry. Everybody is protected, especially this year. No amount of... A lot of protection comes from our intuition. So yes, you can wear the crystals. Yes, you can put the grids up around your house. But a lot of that comes from yourself, from knowing that you are protected. It's all about your intention. So if you intend that your home, your space, your family are protected, then they're going to be protected. So pile number 3, that is your reading for 2022, what 2022 has in store for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, pile number 3. All right, last but certainly not least is pile number 4. Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And here we go, started with your reading or my amethyst pile. Let's get started. All right, so, the cards are going to be difficult all of a sudden. Here we go. They didn't want to be separated, apparently. So first up, we have Muse of Inspiration, the Will, and 3 of Inspirations in reverse. You guys are so cute. Elliot, my dog, just growled and he's sleeping. So adorable. Okay, anyways, we have first up the Muse of Inspiration. What this card says is that you are a successful leader. You are a very visionary person, and to think big, like really think big this year. Don't think small, think big. You can bring like a lot of the moving parts together this year. Like you're gonna bring a lot of those parts that are completely moving or separated. You'll be able to bring them together this year, especially as you step into that leadership role. And the other thing, like, take action, but be very realistic with your expectations. You know, sometimes we like to take huge steps and actions, but we're not being realistic about our goals. So be very realistic, because the way that you're going to manifest is by being realistic. So if you believe that you can make 100,000 this year, then set that as your goal. But if you, in the back of your mind, you're like, I can't make that this year, then you need to look at what is blocking that thought process and work on that before you can set that goal, if that makes sense. Then we have the Will. So this is going to be a very lucky time for you. 2022 is definitely going to be a lot of luck, fate, destiny. The Will is considered like the Wheel of Fortune, so definitely a lot of abundance, prosperity in there. and a lot of change, a lot of change. So this could be inner change, outer change, moving, jobs, healing, letting go of things, relationships, that kind of stuff. But definitely a lot of change is going on in this card. Don't be afraid of the change because it's all going to be positive and good for you. Then we have the Three of Inspirations in reverse. So what this card is really saying is don't allow others to talk you out of your dreams. A lot of times when we tell people our dreams, they talk us out of it. So if you feel like somebody's going to talk you out of it, then don't tell them your dream. It's okay to keep it to yourself because you don't want that negative talk to get into your head also. The other thing that I'm really seeing is to like set your goals and be clear about them. Take action every single day. So every morning when you wake up, what are you doing to get yourself closer to your goals? What action can you take? So if you want to open up your own business, what is the first thing that you need to do to open up your business? It's usually getting a business license, heads up. So get that business license. Then what do you need to do next? You know, do you need to buy inventory? Do you need to open up a business banking account? Really and truly learn to take the actions with your goals. So whatever your goals are this year, then write down what action you need to take and start taking those actions. Definitely a very good year for you guys. Then we have the Three of Swords in reverse, and we have the Magician in reverse. So the Three of Swords is you really have to learn to accept loss this year. So a lot of us lost a lot in the last couple of years. It's been a hard couple of years, but we're supposed to get a break. So don't worry. Don't be afraid. But this is really going to be a good time for you to learn to let go of the loss and learn to heal and not be stuck in that grief or sadness. The other thing is learning to see the part that you played, especially in heartbreak. So if you have been hurt a lot in the past, look at what part you played also and learn to forgive yourself. A lot of my clients will be like, but I didn't ask to be cheated on. Okay, yes, you didn't ask to be cheated on. But did you maybe not step up or set your boundaries? Did you maybe like overlook when you found out they were cheating on you and instead of saying something, you allowed it to keep happening? So learn to forgive yourself because that tends to really just like hone into our inner selves and break us apart also. So a lot of healing will be happening this year for grief, especially those that experienced loss in the last couple of years. Then we have the Magician in reverse. So a lot of what this is unused potential and like questionable intentions, being unfocused and blocked energy. So when you're not using your potential to the fullest, it can actually block a lot of your energy. It can keep you from moving forward. So really allow yourself to step into your fullest potential and chase your dreams this year to allow those blocks to be removed also. You might be feeling like you're like a lot really blocked right now. So what actions can you take to get yourself closer to your goals? And then be very careful with your intentions also. So when we set intentions, they can create a lot of things. But if we're like, hey, I want this person to get hurt, or I hope you get hurt, or something like that, be very careful with that because that can actually come back to you. So you can see like, you got like, what is this called? I forget what this is called right now, but it's kind of the infinity sign. So it goes backwards. It's like a flow of energy, but right now it's blocked. So be very careful with your intentions, especially setting them for the year. So what do you want? You know, don't be like, ugh, I want to make $100,000, but I doubt that'll ever happen. So whatever. Just be like, okay, this is what I need to do to get to that 100,000. This is what I need to do to make 6 figures this year. This is what I need to do. I'm going to take this action right now. And watch as like those blocks start to kind of fall away. The other thing that you probably are needing right now is like a Reiki appointment or a shamanic healing session. That's definitely coming up. And Reiki can help with that energy flow to become more balanced. And then the shamanic, you go in and clear out like the nitty gritty dark stuff and transmute it into the light. So, whoa. Okay, apparently you guys get 3 of these. So you have Artemis, which is guardian. You have independent, and you have sacred space. So you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So throughout the year, no matter what's going on, as you heal, as you work on yourself, I know a lot of us went through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of loss. Don't worry. We're getting a break, okay? We're supposed to get a break this year. Things are lining up for us to get a good break. So you are protected. Your family is protected. Everybody is being taken care of, especially spiritually. So, you know, don't worry about the intentions others have for you too. Nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to hurt you. So if you're sitting there going, this person's sending dark magic to me, this person is sending something dark my way, they can't send that to you unless you allow them. So if you're like, nope, nobody has the power to do that, then it's immediately going to be stopped. It can be sent back to them, you know, that kind of stuff. So everybody is being taken very good care of. The next one is independent. Your independence is foundation for your strength and success. I love being an independent person because independence is what can create success. It's also what builds your strength. So if you're a super independent person, then you have built a lot of strength because you've learned to do things on your own. You've learned to heal on your own. You've learned to love on your own. You've learned to live on your own. A lot of stuff. But this is what's going to set you up for success this year. And then sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So definitely find a place of your own this year that you can go to meditate, to journal, to talk to your guides, to pull cards, to do whatever you need to do for yourself. So for example, here in my home, I have like a special little place that everybody knows they cannot touch. Even the dogs know that they cannot touch it. The cat might be a little different, but she doesn't go near it. And that's where I go. I rent a room at the Rustic Raven where I see my clients, and that's where my other sacred space is. So definitely create a space for yourself that you can go and reflect, pull in your gratitude, do your affirmations, meditate, talk to your guides, pull your cards, whatever you need to do. You definitely need a space of your own. And then we have listen to your intuition. So this year is all going to be all about listening to that intuition. Really learning to trust that gut instinct. When we listen to our intuition, we're able to more clearly make choices and follow the path that we're supposed to be on, to follow the direction that we need to go. So really listen to that intuition this year. You're going to learn, or you're probably going to see your intuition coming through a whole lot more. And then lastly, we have ready, set, go, self-forgiveness, and alchemy. So again, let's start with the self-forgiveness one, even though it's in the middle. So let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. So forgive yourself. Again, you know, you might feel bad, or you might be hating on yourself or putting yourself in those situations where you got hurt or where you lost somebody. So learn to forgive yourself. Learn to love yourself this year. This year is going to be definitely centered around a lot of forgiveness for you. And then we have ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So whatever you're wanting to manifest this year, whatever goals you're wanting, now is the perfect time to go after it. So set those goals, take your actions, and go achieve them. And then lastly, we have alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you bring turns to gold. So again, like the wheel, this is a lucky time for you. You are a successful leader. You're a very big visionary. You're going to bring a lot of those pieces back together. But take that action also, because right now is a very good time for you to manifest everything that you want. So again, set your goals, be clear, and take action, because literally you can manifest gold right now. So pile number 4, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you have a wonderful year. And if you liked this video, if you can hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm not really sure where the buttons all are, so I'm just gonna kind of go like this. Anyways, and again, I hope you guys had a wonderful year. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, pile number 4.